everyone, and thank you as always for watching. Now, I know a lot of you love it when I use drugstore products. And I've been thinking for a while that I've been wanting to show you guys a highlight and contour routine with more affordable products, but I didn't want to just show you the same old contour and highlight that I've done in the past. So I thought of a different technique that I've seen done plenty, and I've done myself too, I just don't use it often. Keep watching and I'll show you exactly what I mean. To prep my skin, I want it nice and hydrated before I put on the makeup, so I'm going to put on the Neutrogena Hydro Boost. This is like a gel cream, so it's not like a heavy, greasy formula. I'm just going to apply that all over. Like I said, this is going to be a different contouring technique than I've showed you in the past. So the first thing that I'm going to start out with is what usually goes over my foundation. I'm going to start with concealer. I believe I've used the Maybelline Age Rewind before in a video a while ago, and I'm going back to it just because it does such a good job of giving that nice opaque coverage, but it still feels very lightweight. It's not heavy, it's not oily, greasy. It dries to a really nice matte finish. So with this, I'm going directly in, and I'm going to start under my eyes here. And with that sponge tip applicator, I'm just going to apply what I need. And I want to make sure I bring that brightness down all the way to below my nose, just because it's going to make that area appear nice and plump. You don't want this area receding. Makes you look kind of old. So I also want to brighten up right here between my brows and into my forehead. And I've got this massive pigmentation right here around my mouth, so I'm just going to cover that up as well. I'm using the stippling brush by EcoTools, which is also a drugstore product. I actually use this brush a lot, and I use it for multiple steps in my makeup routine, just because it's kind of a perfect brush, the shape, the size, the bristles. So just blending this all out. So what I've done here is brightened up pretty much the entire center part of my face. That's where I want to highlight. And now I'm going to move into the contour. As I was searching for a good contour product, it actually surprised me how few drugstore brands actually make makeup in a stick form where you can just like twist it up. The one thing that I know is good and is out there in drugstores is the NYX Wonder Stick. This is a double-ended contour and highlight stick. Not crazy about the highlight side, it's just too slick. It's a little bit greasy and thick for a highlight product, but the contour side is excellent. So I'm just going to begin by applying this under the, or at the hollows of my cheekbones. And again, because this is like just a giant crayon, it's easy to apply. And I'm also taking this into my temples and into my hairline, but not all the way. Some people take it all the way across. Me, I don't have a huge forehead, so I don't need to contour up here. I just kind of want to narrow it out a little bit. So I focus most of the contour on the sides because that's going to make it appear just more narrow. So again, starting at the temple and bringing it up, stopping it right about there. So I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I don't contour my face a lot. Like, I don't go all the way into my jawline and bring the contour all the way to the corners of my lips. That's just too much for me. I already have a pretty contoured face naturally. So I'm just going to stop right here after I get my nose contoured up. I just apply to the sides just to narrow out that bulbous tip. I'm going to grab this Neutrogena Healthy Skin makeup. I tried this foundation a long time ago and I really liked it. I haven't used it in years, so when I was shopping for products, I was like, I'm just gonna use this one this time. So I was very tempted to use the Maybelline Fit Me foundation because it's so good. Actually, now I'm debating. I wish you guys could actually respond and tell me which one to use. Okay, fine, I'll stick with my original choice. I'm gonna go with the Neutrogena. So what I'm gonna do with this foundation is, again with the same brush, because like I said, I can do multiple things with this brush, I'm gonna take the foundation, it's on the back of my hand right now, and as I go in and apply the foundation, I'm going to blend in that contour as well as cover up that extra bright concealer. So this is gonna give me one nice blended look. So I'm just gonna start right here. And I'm kind of starting at the highlight areas first, just because I don't want the contour blending in too much with the highlight and making it dark. So then I'm just gonna go in and blend out that contour with the foundation, creating sort of a diffused contour look. It just blends it all out much better. So you see, this gave me a nice soft contour because I blended over it with the foundation and blended with the concealer and everything. It just creates a more natural finish as opposed to harsh contour lines. It just depends how much foundation you're blending over the contour with. I blended with quite a bit of foundation just to make it a lot softer, but if you didn't want it as soft, just blend a little bit less foundation with it and the contour will stay looking more prominent. Of course, we want to set all of this, so I'm gonna go in with this CoverGirl translucent powder. This is in the medium shade. And with this, I just wanna make sure that I'm setting my concealer. And actually that Age Rewind did a pretty good job of covering that pigmentation I have right here, because it's like pretty dark and it covered it pretty damn well. And let's get this shiny forehead here. I'm actually really impressed with this powder for a drugstore product. It's really, really good. Now the highlight and contour doesn't stop there. I'm still gonna go in with a shimmery bronzer, a highlighter, and a blush to contour a little bit more. For the blush, I'm gonna be using, surprise, surprise, Milani Luminoso blush. I've been using this for a couple months now, ever since I did my last round of drugstore videos. I've been so in love with this blush. So I'm just gonna lightly apply for that just natural glowing peach cheek. And now to add an overall bronze to my skin, I'm gonna take this bronzer by Physicians Formula. If you've ever shopped at the drugstore for Physicians Formula products, you know that they make 6,000 different bronzers. So I'm standing there going, which one of these do I pick? I picked this one because it looks kind of like the Hourglass glowy bronzer that I use over my contour usually. So this was the closest match. So I loaded up my brush with the bronzer and I'm just gonna kind of lightly go over the areas that I contoured. Now the highlighter that I'm gonna use is one that I shared with you from my UK drugstore haul, but number 7 is in most American drugstores as well. You can find this mostly at Target. This highlighter is so beautiful. And this is just gonna go right there at the high points of my cheeks. Into my brow bone. And right above the arches of my brows. Never apply a highlighter with a dense brush because then you're just gonna get way too much product on there. Always use something that's just kind of light and feathery. And of course, I'm gonna contour my eyebrows just a little bit. Eyebrows just pull the whole look together, especially when you're keeping everything else pretty minimal. And this brow pencil is by NYX. I use it more than probably any other beauty product I own. For the price, you really can't beat this brow pencil. And the color that I'm using is ash brown, which is perfect for me because sometimes brown eyebrow pencils end up looking too red, so the ash brown is perfect for me. And the last time I waxed my brows, you guys, I took off too much right here on the end. I'm so sad about it. So I have to fill it in. And just to pull this look together, I'm gonna add a very subtle, soft, natural lip color. I'm using one of the NYX soft matte lip creams, and the color is Zurich. This is such a pretty color. It's the perfect everyday lip color, and it's like $5. So that's it. It was quick and easy. I just really wanted to show you guys some new drugstore favorites, as well as a different technique for contouring than I've showed you guys in the past. I hope this was helpful to you guys. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed to my channel for more videos. I will see you guys very soon.